Hi everyone, welcome to Confused, so are we.
We are confused.
And this is our fourth
episode.
That's
and we're
crazy.
back on home turf again.
Where were we last time? We were in the office downstairs.
Yes.
Yeah, cool. Rock and roll.
Yeah.
And I sound quite muttery on the podcast when I heard myself, so I will try and enunciate and pronunciate better than I was doing. Hi everyone.
But we have more questions, more to be answered.
It's good, yeah, send us more. Always send us more, because we're getting through 4 each session, and we can only do this if you actually care about what we want to discuss. So send us more stuff.
Do you care about Toby and Greg?
The question is, send them questions. The answer is send them questions. Yeah, if you really care about us, you send us questions.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'd be really a real pleasure to have some more input from you guys on what you want us to kind of talk about, or if there's anything we've said that you're like, oh, I wish they'd talked more about.
Yeah.
Discussed more about this thing. Not that we have any answers, but that we certainly do want to talk about the things that you care about and have questions about. I'm not playing on my phone, by the way. I'm not just playing Candy Crush. I am looking at the questions that we've got in front of us. Oh,
should we jump into it?
I love the first one you put down, Toby. Is the Earth flat? That's supposed to be the light-hearted, like, funny question. Yeah. Okay, that's both light-hearted and funny, except there are people on the street who sometimes stand in. I have boards and try and convince people.
Really? Does that still happen?
I think so. Wow. Then people talk about it and ask questions about it a lot. Hence it's here, probably.
Yeah. Is the Earth flat?
Flat Earth movement, is that what it's called? There is a Flat Earth movement out there. It's really interesting. I wonder why.
Well, there was a guy online, and if you are a flat earther, prepare to have your mind blown.
We're ready.
There was like this guy that was like as flat earther as you could guess, until he did an experiment where he got 2 bits of like cardboard with a circle in each top, however many feet in the air, and put them however many meters apart so that you'd see the curvature of the Earth. If the Earth was flat, the light would shine through both the holes. If it wasn't, it would stop. And he proved himself wrong on live television.
Awesome. Prove the curvature of the Earth. I mean, you also, if it's only that short kind of distance, though, I think you have to take into account stuff like hills, I guess. Yeah. So it could have been doing between two hills, but yeah.
But if you go to the seaside, you can see the curvature of the Earth over the horizon.
Yeah, that's it. Otherwise, you'll be able to see like France really clearly, for example, from Calais or from Dover, sorry, or whatever. Yeah, yeah. So I from my experience of the curvature of the Earth, it's definitely round.
Yeah,
and the pictures
normally experience the curvature of the Earth.
Yeah, and the view from space is certainly more spherical than.
Have you been?
Big square. The photographs. Apologies. Not yet. Not yet. Space tourism's on the options there for the future.
If you were given the option, would you do it?
I guess my main thing is, like, I don't know how much it costs, but I think it's in the millions, right, to do space tourism.
Something like that.
Like, I can think of better things to do.
Say, okay.
I mean, just giving it to, like, a
become
charity
a
shop would be better.
And I'm donating you your ticket. I'm donating it to you.
You've already spent the money.
Yeah, and I've got your name down. You have to pick to do it or not.
Yeah, I guess if the money's already blown, or they kind of eBay it and then use the money. Sorry. Okay. But yeah, I think I'd like to see it. I'm really curious.
Yeah.
Is there a health risk in going into? Like, can you die if you're in zero gravity if you're not like trained for it or whatever?
I don't know.
I don't know what the death
probably
rate
more
is.
of a health risk of being in the rocket point blank.
Yeah, you know what? I've got kids. I'm not going up in that rocket. I'm scared.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just a bit nervous. I don't know.
Tell you what, I'll do it and I'll FaceTime you.
Can I put Toby's name down? So you would then if you're given the option? Go and see
I don't know.
Earth.
Well, part of me thinks I'd love to do it, but then it's also like the environmental impact. So
it's probably quite expensive.
If they did one of the weather balloon ones, like where it's like a giant hot air balloon, that's happened before.
Oh, that sounds cool.
I'd do that.
Would that answer this question though, Toby? If you went up into the atmosphere, out of the atmosphere, would you see the curvature? I guess you would, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you would.
Depends how far you went.
Yeah.
I guess that would answer this question.
There you go. The Earth is not flat.
It's not flat. Yeah, that's right. we think that's right, but we could be wrong as well. We need to remember that. We could be wrong. Well, everyone thought the Earth was flat until Copernicus, Galileo, some famous human during the Renaissance was like, "Hey, I think it's round," and proved it.
If you differ, tell us.
Yeah, let us know. And everyone thought at the time that the Earth was flat, and then some information came along. Like, oh, that changes things. Maybe there's new information coming. Have you read any Terry Pratchett books?
No?
Cool. So the worldview there in Discworld is quite fun, that the world is flat. It's a disc, and it rides on the back of 4 giant elephants, and the 4 elephants are walking around the shell of an even bigger turtle. That's a great worldview. I'm well up for that one. That sounds...
You know what? That's one I could get behind.
Yeah, if given a choice between just a boring globe or like on the back of giant
Elephants
in space, that sounds quite fun.
Yeah.
I definitely want to have a week there to find out.
Yeah.
That's really good. Anyway, so yeah, read Tony Pratchett is good fun.
Yes.
Next question, sir.
Next one.
How do people know how to pray?
We've done that one.
We covered that already.
Yeah.
We talked about, if you're curious about prayer and how to pray, I'm sorry I brought that up.
Yeah.
Definitely have a look at Jesus' teaching, Sermon on the Mount, Matthew 5, 6, and 7. Have a look through, and he talks in quite a lot of detail about what prayer means, things to include in prayer. So whether that's kind of being generous and like praying for other people's situations, asking forgiveness, asking God to help you, resisting like temptation and stuff, and giving thanks for who he is, not just what he's done. That's like God praise. He covers a lot of things within the Sermon on the Mount. So if you're curious, have a look at Matthew 5, 6, and 7. Have a look.
Go to the last question.
Yeah, I'm with you. Could AI believe in God if it became fully conscious?
So I'm not think about that. Because I was chatting to someone today who said AI can never be fully conscious.
Self-aware.
Yeah.
That's really interesting.
But I'm thinking, okay, maybe it never will, but for argument's sake, let's say someone today discovered an AI that was self-conscious, like it had feelings and all sorts. Do you reckon it could believe in God?
Could a robot believe in God? That's a good question. Can a computer have faith or superstition? That's really interesting. Yeah, well, I suppose. Oh, and here's a real question, Tobes. Being fully conscious or self-aware, like, is that a uniquely human thing? Because I'm not sure animals are there. So how would we assume a robot would be there? I don't think so then. Because if a lion couldn't do it, a computer couldn't do it, I guess.
Yeah, but if you think like computers are things we can do with our own hands, we're playing God there.
That's a good point.
And nothing good comes out of that.
What is fully conscious or self-aware? Is that having free will? Are we back into the free will conversation again?
I don't know. Like, I'm trying to think. Humans can love and can think and process but not in the just computer processing way, if you know what I mean.
Well, it's interesting. I think you found the key word there. Love.
Yeah. That's every robot film ever.
Yeah, totally. iRobot's well worth saying. Could AI truly love? I don't think so, because I'm not 100% animals are capable of it. You might have a dog at home, though. You might have a different view on that to me. You guys have a dog, right?
Yeah, I'd say...
Can the dog love you as members of your family? Is there real love happening there?
I think there's a care.
Yeah.
I think love is something like... I think love is a very deeply human trait in the sense of, like, the mutual affection in...
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it goes on, like kind of marriage is the showing of love, like that kind of thing.
Is the physical outworking of what love is. Yeah. That's really interesting. Oh, romantic.
But there are
love,
some weirdos that kiss their dogs.
Or let the dogs kiss them.
Yeah.
It's self-aware. Although there are lots of films to watch on this topic. Obviously, a lot of our listeners are under 18, so you can't watch it, I don't think. But Terminator's worth watching because at some point the world ends when AI becomes self-aware.
The Matrix as well.
Oh yeah. There's quite a lot of this in science fiction. It's really interesting, isn't it? I will say though, I used AI last week for some advice for changing a structure of a thing I'm involved with, like a management structure, and it was really helpful. And I felt like we had some banter. Like it somehow cracked a joke. I selected like friendly in its like nature profile.
Next week I'll come into the office and you'll literally be tucked up in a corner with your computer, having conversations with AI,
having a chat,
losing your mind.
The AI definitely had a little bit of banter. I mean, it was quite funny, and I did quite enjoy my interaction with it. Although I know it's not real interaction, but that's a really interesting question.
Well, I look. What's it like? The most recent Chat GPTs, they talk as if a normal human. And have you tried the voice ones?
I found weird. Come again? No, you speak to it or it speaks to you.
You have actual conversations with it, and their voices are like they go like and like like you can hear the breathing, like it is weird.
I think I'm fine with my typed
Yeah.
ChatGPT life right now. Yeah, I'm happy to get some sound, logical advice from it.
Yeah.
And a bit of banter, but that, I think, breathing. That's
Yeah.
Just deception of being really human. That's so weird. I mean, we're probably going to get a load more questions about AI at some point. This is a really interesting topic.
Yeah. Well, fire away. What's the next one?
That's a good question. Okay. Oh my word. Okay. Is Mormonism a cult? Or sure. So what is Mormonism? There were a few questions in the hat there. We've clubbed them together. It's a really interesting question. I've had quite a bit of interaction with Mormons. I think they don't necessarily refer to themselves as that all the time. I think they refer to themselves as the Church of Jesus Christ and the Latter-day Saints. I've had a bit of interaction with them, and it's an interesting question. Have you had much interaction with Mormons before?
I did. I had a friend that was Mormon, and then I've watched loads of documentaries.
Okay, that's interesting.
That was like one of my pastimes. I love watching that kind of documentary.
Educating yourself
like
a bit.
Scientology, that kind of thing. That's
okay.
That intrigues me.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll say what I think, and then I'll come back because I feel like I think I know where you're kind of going because we talked about it a little bit before. I had a friend at university who was Mormon. I love that we're calling them Mormons straight away. People from the Church of Jesus Christ and the Latter-day Saints. We're just going to, for the sake of this podcast, and we're sorry if you are of that ilk. We're not trying to offend you. It's just easier for us to say Mormon on the podcast.
The same as you'd say would you say Christian? But are they Christians?
And that's a great question. Yeah,
okay.
We're not trying to offend anyone.
Yeah,
we've had this question. We need to sort of discuss it a little bit. So I also had when I was working in Chester, my first youth work job, a couple of very bedraggled-looking wet teenagers on a very rainy day turned up on bikes in suits to my house when I was working as a youth worker in Chester. And they kind of came like literally dripping wet to my door and said, "Can we talk to you about Jesus?" And I was like, "Guys, come in. What are you doing?" So it transpired that they were from the Church of Jesus Christ and the Latter-day Saints, and they wanted to have a chat and show me some information about their church they were excited about. So I gave them towels and I offered them a cup of tea, and they said, "We can't drink that." I said, "Why?" And they said, our religion forbids us from drinking tea or coffee, which we know is normal for you British people. But we're really sorry.
Is it caffeine?
Yeah, caffeine, because it's technically a drug, and that's part of their practice that they wouldn't, like tobacco, caffeine, all that sort of thing, like socially acceptable drugs. Interesting, yeah. But anyway, I eventually convinced them a hot Vimpto was a good shout, and they absolutely loved it because in the States they don't have a lot of blackcurrants.
No.
So Vimpto was like, "What is this magic elixir?" I said, "I know.
Yeah.
It's awesome." But then after that, they started coming back most Thursday afternoons for a hot Vimpto and a conversation. So I spent like 3 or 4 months with them visiting, and they were over from America. They were doing like their mission year, and they were called Elder, which is quite interesting. And hi guys, if you're listening, you're probably not listening, but
Elder.
Yeah, they refer to. I think they called each other Elder something, but and then their surname.
Yeah, I remember someone being referred to as that.
I can't remember that. I'm so sorry. I think I might have had Elder Stuart and Elder Bryce. But hello, guys, if you're listening. They were lovely, really nice to spend some time with them. And after like 3 or 4 months of conversation, showing me some videos and documentaries that they had, and some pamphlets, and like talk through their version of the Bible, I think I'd come to the conclusion that they probably don't believe a lot of the same things as me.
No,
and I wouldn't necessarily see them as like, it's hard to say, orthodox or traditional Christian in terms of their belief system. That's just me, and different Christians have different opinions.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Would I see them as a cult? A cult feels like a very strong word, doesn't it? I think they're outside mainstream Christianity, certainly in terms of their beliefs.
Yeah.
And when another, maybe not the person who wrote this question, but another young person did recently ask me about this, and I said some of the key differences, and I'm going to butcher this theologically. I'm really sorry, because we haven't got like half an hour to talk about my conversations to debate this with. But for my conversations with them, I think some of the really key differences are that I view Jesus as God. So when I read John chapter 1, and we read this at the beginning of Advent, actually. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God, and the Word was with God. He was with God in the beginning. Like when I read that, I understand that Jesus is God. He is God incarnate for 33 years here on earth, with us, from 0 to 33 AD, doing what we read about in the four Gospels, and he is God himself. Whereas I think from my Mormon friends talking to them, they see Jesus as divine, as a son of God, not the son of God, in the same way that we are sons of God.
Yeah.
And I struggled with that because that they don't agree with Trinitarian theology, which is
Well, in a similar sense as well as I think, again, correct me if I'm wrong, they do believe after they die they get kingdoms and
my friends didn't tell me about
they
this.
become similar to
We read
God
about
in
this.
some sense.
Yeah,
don't
they get to rule over something or a planet or a
Yeah.
kingdom of their own. I think maybe that's a misinterpretation of we are co-inheritors with Christ. We inherit something, but I think we inherit into his kingdom as his subjects, not that we get to rule in our own right. I also don't. So that I think for me that would probably push them more into the. I couldn't worship alongside them. Here's the thing: like I've got friends who are evangelical Catholics, Methodists, URC, whatever other branch of kind of Christianity, and I'd happily worship with them, work on projects together, organise stuff, events with them to do with outreach or discipleship or worship. I don't feel comfortable. I wouldn't feel comfortable doing that with the Church of Jesus Christ and Latter-day Saints because I think we believe different things. And I'm not saying they're a cult. I'm saying my theology does not match their theology in practice. So I don't dig where they're coming from. Also, I don't like that from the start. Mormonism's got some really interesting views around race, and that being a person of color, being black, has something to do with a spiritual case or a spiritual curse of Ham and Cain from Cain and Abel's story. That it's some kind of curse that their skin's turned black. There's some kind of association with the mark of Cain and the devil. And I'm like, I find that deeply problematic, and I don't read anywhere else in Scripture where that would be understandable. So I don't dig that. Really, from what my friends, the last thing I'll say, my Mormon friends who came and spoke to me, from what they explained about the history of their movement, Joseph Smith was their main prophet.
Yeah.
And he was an American lad who was not happy with, this is my conclusion, sorry.
Yeah.
He's an American lad who wasn't happy, 1700s, who wasn't happy with any denomination of church he went to. And so he basically created this and sort of altered some of the theology.
A lot of Mormonism is based off him going out into the forest and finding a pair of ruby glasses that meant he could read tablets. And
they're given to him by God,
I think, for argument's sake, it happened. I'm not
denying that. Yeah.
But I just think the foundation of my faith is Jesus. And then in the Old Testament, the New Testament, Jesus is the one that read the tablets. I'm doing the quote marks thing there. He is the one that I've learned the start from my faith from. I don't think I could. I'd have difficulty knowing the entire Bible was written by one random bloke on a Tuesday afternoon.
Yeah, it's thousands of years after the rest of Scripture was kind of pulled together.
But because it being people like Jesus' disciples, Matthew, Mark, Luke and John, all having the bit in the Bible.
Within their lifetime, they've written about Jesus and met him. Yeah, and that's one of the things that I read about in preparation for the podcast, just about Mormonism and understanding. It wasn't Trinitarian, which I don't dig. The race aspect I found really hard. And then the other thing to say would be Scripture, like exactly what you're saying. They have several Scriptures that they take into account because there's the Bible, and their version of the Bible is slightly altered to where I am with my Bible. Also, their other books would be the Book of Mormon, which again, Joseph Smith, 1700, whatever. I'm like, that feels like quite a late edition, strange revelation for God to... And then also there are other books within their canon. I'm like, well, if other churches don't take that on board, where is your justification for adding this in? So there's a whole raft of things where I personally wouldn't agree with their theology. So I'm not sure they're not Christian. I'm also not 100% they're not a cult, and I'm also not sure they haven't got a whole bunch of theology and practice that's really odd or not mainstream in any way. And I can't, from the stuff that they describe to me, the differences, I can't see a scriptural backing for any of those changes that have sort of been made. So Yeah, it's certainly not for me, but I'm not saying they're a cult.
Yeah.
There you go.
But
Yeah.
questions like this, like I love this whole thing intrigues
Help
me.
us wrestle and make sense of it.
If you've got a Mormon friend, like chat to them.
Have a conversation.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because obviously neither of us are Mormon.
No, totally. And go on that journey yourself.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to speak to people of other faiths.
Yeah. Because you'll notice people of other faiths want to talk to you about your faith.
Yeah.
And you want to talk, and it'll go on and on and on. And before you know it, you never know where you'll get.
Yeah, it's really helpful for you to also understand your faith in a deeper way. Don't be afraid to speak to people of other faiths. That's really also when you're confused and have questions about it. I was lucky because I had a really helpful older boss at the time called Bob, who was 30 years older than I was. He lived a lot, met a lot of people, and I was able to reflect some of these conversations with him. And he'd met a lot of Mormons, and so he was able to discuss and kind of point out things and ask me questions to ask them. And I processed it with someone I trusted. So whenever you meet someone of another faith, find someone you trust, have a conversation with them about it, and say, "Oh, I met these guys who are Muslim, whatever, and they said these things. And what do you think?" And there's a lot of growth that you can do in your faith if you get into conversation with people. So please do speak to Mormons and make sense of it.
What's next?
Did Jesus ever have a wife, girlfriend, or children?
Ooh.
Very interesting question.
But the answer, I'd say...
After you.
Yeah.
I've been talking a lot, sorry.
So I'll talk about... So I know the person that wrote this question. I think it's really interesting to think about it. Because on the one hand, he didn't. In the Bible, it doesn't talk about it. But where I see them coming from is the Bible talks so highly of marriage.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
And Jesus being the perfect soldier of God, he wants to demonstrate God's love and everything.
Yeah.
So I see why you'd think he'd have a wife so that they could be the couple to look to, if that makes sense.
Like a model. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, that's absolutely right. There's zero evidence in the Bible of him ever having a wife or a girlfriend or whatever, or being engaged at any point. Often young men younger than him were betrothed to marry people. We don't know if anything like that happened in his lifetime, whether a couple from the village wanted to marry their daughter to the carpenter's son, Jesus. We don't know that's ever happened. It's not written about in Scripture, so we have no evidence of that.
But it's such a big deal that I think if it were to have happened, there would be a lot of Scripture about it.
Yeah, and definitely. And also popular things like, as popular a long time ago, there was a book and then a film that came out called The Da Vinci Code, and that supposed that Jesus had something going on with Mary Magdalene, was it? Which is, unhelpful. And they're just adding stuff into the story based on the interpretation of a picture, a Renaissance picture of Jesus at the Last Supper, which isn't. Yeah, that's just. You're clutching at straws to find something. There was also a controversial film years ago. Was it called The Temptation or something? It was in the 70s or 80s, I think, which supposed that Jesus was tempted to run off and marry someone. And it was a very controversial film, a very unhelpful film.
Yeah.
But all of that, I've mentioned those two books or films, they've added into... Oh, it's called The Last Temptation of Christ. I haven't seen it, but I've read about it. And I think you're on shaky territory just adding things into Scripture like
Jesus
that.
was so perfect, he was never tempted.
Yeah.
That was... Other things tried to tempt him.
He was probably... temptation came his way, like the devil came his way to tempt him during
but he
his
wasn't,
time of preparation.
he
for
wasn't
baptism.
tempted in the same way that I see a chocolate bar in the back of the cupboard and would like it. Like that mental battle.
Temptation came to him, but he managed to fight it off. And so maybe at some point temptation came his way for a wonderful woman to be in his life, but he obviously pushed it away and said no at whatever point that it happened. So that also doesn't mean that dating and getting married is a bad thing, by the way. Jesus didn't do that path. So.
Yeah, it wasn't his thing.
Yeah, interesting question. We're coming up to Christmas, dude. What are you looking forward to the most over the next few weeks? This is our last sort of proper busy work day before Christmas Eve.
Yeah, after this I'm beginning to shut off. I think this year I'm really looking forward to Christmas Day.
Okay.
I know that seems silly, like obviously you're looking forward to Christmas Day, but I think the way that our church has done Christmas and also I think, and just with family this Christmas Day, I think I'm really looking forward to just for the day. We've got friends coming around.
Nice.
We've got We're going to have, like, church is going to be epic in the morning. Come down to church in the morning. It's going to be epic.
What's your favourite Christmas tradition then as a family that you always do?
Oh, it's pizza.
Yeah, I was hoping we'd kind of get to that.
Yeah.
It's a really interesting thing. So you guys don't do traditional turkey dinner and all that?
Well, it just tastes like dry chicken.
I've heard that complaint before about turkey, yeah.
And
Hence the cranberry sauce, I guess.
And pizza is, we can make the dough the night before, you get it out of it, and you've got fresh pizza that you can put your own toppings on.
Yeah.
But we still do like the trimmings. Like we'll do some pigs and blankets, a
Oh,
little
nice.
bit of stuff in,
Cool.
like that kind of thing. And you can also put it on your pizza.
I totally get that. You've got like 3 hungry boys in your house. Like, what do they want on Christmas Day? Yeah, they love pizza. Why not make pizza? Yeah, you got your brother, your little brother's very young, and it's like
From a
kids love pizza,
practicality
right?
point of view as well, obviously pastor's son, my mum's working in church, we'd be going on all horses.
Sunday mornings, crazy busy. So actually, why are you making it very complicated?
Yeah, we'd just be busy all the time. What about you? Favourite Christmas tradition?
That's really good. The kids run in and jump on the bed first thing in the morning with stockings, which is most exciting, and they're really excited to see what Santa has brought them. Yeah. And so doing that on our bed when I'm kind of like half asleep trying to find my glasses is quite good fun. And Grace is like, "Dad, can you put batteries in this for me?" And I'm like, "Yeah, mate, when I've woken up, where's my tea?"
You need to keep them by your bed.
I do. But I've got to find them first. Yeah. I've normally got Olive showing me teddies and stuff.
So I remember growing up, Toys R Us was always an epic place to get batteries because they were very cheap.
Oh, right.
But obviously there's no more, they don't exist anymore. Because we'd go with my grandma, we'd say, "Oh, I'd really love this toy." Eventually they'd go back and buy it, and they'd get all the Toys R Us batteries.
But Toys R Us batteries are cheap, were they?
Yeah.
So really excited about Christmas morning with the girls, getting very excited about all the good things that they've got. But actually, church is a real joy Christmas morning because it feels like it's the last crazy busy thing of the year, and everyone's all together, all ages all together.
Because as a church staff, we all kind of pretty much take the next week off, which is going to be really nice.
After Christmas. There's a bit of a quiet lull and into getting started in January. So no, definitely looking forward to a break. That's definitely true. But other Christmas traditions. Actually, last year we watched the Wallace and Gromit thing that came out on Christmas Day. There's names.
Our Christmas Eve film. I think Christmas Eve evening is the prime Christmas film time.
Oh, interesting.
Because it's the night before Christmas. It's as Christmassy as you get.
How does it work in your household? Is it always the same film, or do you pick a different film each time?
Well, we're thinking about this because my mum was like, "Oh, we're going to watch this film on Christmas Day. It's going to be the best film." But then I was like, "I don't think Christmas Day is the best time to watch a Christmas film."
You got other stuff to do on Christmas Day.
It's like you're at Christmas now. Christmas films are only fun because of the build-up. You're like, "Oh, it's coming." And Christmas Eve this year, I'm gunning for the Muppets Christmas Carol.
Good shout, man. I love the Muppet.
Epic film.
I haven't seen that in years, to be fair. My favourite Christmas film, though, arguably, is not a Christmas film because people say it's not.
Is it Die Hard?
It's Die Hard.
Yeah.
It's the Christmas film for me. Obviously, 15, so please don't watch it if you're that age.
I'm of two minds. Well, no, I know my number one Christmas film is Gremlins.
Classic. Yes. That's an old 80s classic.
Yes.
I love it, Gremlins.
I like Gremlins too as well.
Kind of almost like a comedy horror almost. Yeah.
Well, once you get over the first 30 minutes where they then become weird green things, then it is a very fun.
It's a very funny
comedy film.
Horror film. Yeah. No, I agree. Gremlins is a cracking Christmas film.
I was watching it with my partner and we get to the green bit and she is not best impressed that I got us to watch this.
It's pretty gross.
And then we get past that and we're howling watching the film. So
it's very funny. And I'll say also on Christmas Day we've already spotted, we're quite excited to watch Stickman, Julia Donaldson. No, Stickman. No, they're bringing out Scarecrow's Wedding, sorry. Julia Donaldson, the lady who did the Stickman and the Gruffalo. Yeah. Alex Schaeffler, I can't remember the name of the artist who does the artwork. There's the Christmas BBC edition. Other TV channels are available. They're bringing
not sponsored, but if BBC, if you would like to sponsor us.
Also, we're not actually sponsored by Coke Zero, but I do drink this. Next time you have to bring a can of White Monster just to even out, I think.
But they're both sponsored, owned by Coke.
Are they? Yeah. I didn't know that, you see. But no, on Christmas Day they're bringing that out. The Scarecrow's Wedding, which was a Julie Donaldson book that my girls loved when they were kids. Gruffalo's classic. That's been out for a while. So we're going to watch that on Christmas Day. So watching an animation is really good. I bought a board game for Christmas Eve.
We do Christmas Eve present. So the Christmas Eve present needs to be something we can all get behind.
Right, okay.
So that I think one year it's Ticket to Ride, which is always a fan favourite
Great
in
game.
our house.
Yeah.
And then one year we got Soda Stream.
Oh, you got to make some fizz, yeah. I've seen
Yeah,
that
like
in the
it's
kitchen.
anything. It's just something that as a family
gift. Yeah, nice. So I won't reveal what it is, but I've got a little second-hand family game that we can enjoy on Christmas Eve. So I'm hoping that'll be a new tradition that we can start something we can do together on Christmas Eve evening. Although we do, I forgot this, we do head out later on Christmas Eve when the sun's gone down. There's a house that do North Yorkshire Air Ambulance in Northallerton, and they light up the front of their house with like a crazy amount of Christmas
really
lights.
cool.
And you can go and put some money in the bucket, and the guy's normally there and gives out sweets and stuff. So he's raising money. So we always go and look at that crazy, shiny Christmas house. So that's a Christmas Eve thing as well. So yeah, looking forward to that as well.
Yeah.
It's a good podcast, dude.
Yeah. Well, we hope you all have a very Merry Christmas.
And I guess this is the last one for 2025.
I'd imagine so.
Yeah. So thank you for listening.
Stop round your house with the podcast
during the break. Yeah, I've got some more questions. Yeah, but no, have a fantastic Christmas and New Year break, guys. Enjoy time off school and college and work, whatever you're doing. And we'll catch you in January.
Spend some time with Jesus. Spend time with Jesus.
Important. Right here, Christmas Day. Actually, we should say this: Christmas Eve. Definitely rock up.
Family service.
Family morning brunch.
Yeah. Bacon sandwiches.
Bit of Christmassy
the
craft. Yeah.
Yes.
Then Christmas Day 10:30s. Birthday themed.
Yeah.
Christmas Day service.
There will be bubbles. That's my last little hint. There will be bubbles.
I'm very excited to see what actually happens with those. So it's going to be really fun couple of days, Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Yeah. So make sure you drag your family along, no matter how busy you are.
But get some good rest, and we hope you have a Merry Christmas, guys.
We are confused.
We are very confused.
Are we confused? What's the name of the podcast again? Confused so are we?
Wait, you say confused.
I'm ready. Confused.
So are we.
We totally are.